Hello, it's me, Half Peeps. Yay! Just start off by saying I hope you all had a great Christmas. I haven't had it yet, but I'm assuming it's pretty good. Um, I'm actually chilling on December 24th. It is 4:45, which means I'm missing D stream if they're streaming. Sorry. Um, but I wanted to make a video for the end of the year. Just so you know, I thought you guys deserve a chat. We'll have a one to one. I mean, it's one to a couple of hundred, but one to one technically. I mean, I assume there's only one of you watching the video. If there is a couple of hundred you watching the video, that's not very safe. You should not be doing that. You should split apart. Watch on multiple devices, alright? Apart, because then, instead of getting one view for a couple of hundred, I'll get a couple of hundred views for all of you, alright? So actually, it's just rude for me if you don't, if you watch all together. That's what am I doing? Um, so 2020 has been a really, really bad year for, I think, pretty much everyone. I don't think there's anyone who's saying this has been their peak existence year, because it's been pretty awful. Probably the worst year I've lived through, and I've lived through 19 of them. It's not a huge amount of years, I'll give you that, but it's been pretty bad. But it's still nice to think that even though this year has been awful, good stuff was still able to happen. And this is where I'm going to be narcissistic and talk about me and my channel for a bit. So if you want to skip to where I start thanking people, there'll be a time thingy right about here, probably. I'm putting more effort into myself on Christmas Eve. Sorry. I entered 2020 with just over 500 subscribers, and we're leaving 2020 with just over 7,500 subscribers, which is still insane. And I know it's not something I've spoken about a lot. I've just kept making animations and other videos, and I haven't. Not the camera. I'm sorry. I haven't had the time. Well, I've had the time. I haven't been bothered really to sit down and actually talk about the fact that I've in the year gone from 500 to 7,500 subscribers, which isn't me trying to boast. I'm not I've sat at below 1,000 subscribers for 6 years. I know what it feels like. Which is why it was so weird. I'd given up on the fact that I'd actually grow significantly, and then it happened with the tools released from Half of Alyx. I'm not going to go into it. Most of you know the story, but I released a video, got 187,000 views. I've had low points during this year. Certainly after that video stopped getting views and it kind of chilled out around 160,000. That sucked because you don't have to go back to getting normal. Well, normal, they were still higher than I'd ever gotten before, but way lower than I was getting views. And I did consider quitting around September, but then I released some ray tracing videos, and I think you all know how they went. They did pretty well. They got me some views. The comments, there are about 40% of you in the comments managed to really annoy me on those ray tracing videos. I won't lie. You're not invited to my party if you're one of those 40%. I'm not having any parties, but if I was, theoretically, you're not coming. No, you can come. I don't want to be on my own, because I'd probably be on my own. Oh, this year hasn't been kind to my social life. But what I'm basically trying to say is, I'm amazed. Sure, we didn't reach my goal of 10,000 subscribers. At least we haven't as of the 24th, and it's seeming pretty unlikely. But I've come to terms with that, and I'm so happy with where the channel is right now. I've never been this happy with the channel, and this channel has never been so successful before. I said again. I'm not starting an counter, but if I did, it would be in hundreds already. I suppose I planned this all out last night in my head. I was like, this is what I'm going to talk about. It's all going to be fine. You're just going to nail it out. It'll take half an hour to record. I don't know what I was going to say now, because all I can think about is kittens currently and sheep. And I'm not even Welsh. David. I suppose I should just get onto the thank yous, because this isn't going anywhere. Or at least it isn't going anywhere fast. So, whilst I do make the animations entirely on my own, although any video is pretty much done solely by me, there is still a whole group of people who help immensely in the creation of my videos, and also the community. So I think it's only fair they get their recognition. Their links to all their social medias and like all the stuff they do will be in the description of the video, and I really ask that you go check them out, give them a follow and a subscribe, because they've put so much effort into helping me do what it is I love doing. And I don't think I would have gotten this far without them, because it's, I need the emotional support. I'm a fragile baby human being. So as I get my list up, I just want to say a big thank you to you guys, because this wouldn't have happened without you. I can't subscribe to myself 7,500 times. I've tried. You probably noticed there's a lot of cuts in this video, and that is because I am a rambling idiot with no sense of direction in this video at all. So it's either you get random cuts every now and again, or this video is about an hour and 45 minutes long, and I don't think either of us have that much time. Unfortunately, I've got to give that amount of time to get it done anyway, but, See, that explanation in itself didn't make sense. This is why I don't make videos on my own. I always make it with other people, because if I have to talk non-stop, just me, nothing makes sense ever. So that's why we have a game team to make gaming videos with, and it's not just me talking to a microphone, because you'd get nothing but incoherent, I don't know, song lyrics probably. So I want to start out with the community team. These are the people who run the Discord server. Well, I mean, I technically run the Discord server, but they put a hell of a lot of effort into keeping it a great place. And the Discord server has grown considerably since I started. We started this year with it's got to be somewhere between 30 and 70 members, and we now have almost 600. And there's only 9 of them in the community team, so they do a really good job keeping almost 600 of you happy between the 9 of them. I'm not going to do the math, but that's a lot of people compared to not a lot of people. Take my word for it. So the moderation and admin team obviously do the what you'd expect them to do. They take out the trashy people, and the mean comments, and they hand out warnings and bans, and they make sure everyone's behaving. But also they do what I think is most important for my team of mods and admins to do, and that's to make people feel happy and welcome. Because I mean, nothing sucks more as joining a new Discord and saying hello in the chat, and no one responds to you. And no one wants to stay in a Discord when no one wants to talk to you. So in my personal opinion, the most important thing mods and admins can do is make the members of the community feel welcome. If someone says hello and no one's talking to them, say hello, start a conversation. That's why I vet my mods so much when I take applications. And that's why we have so few of them, because it takes ages to work out who is actually going to be a nice person to the people who join. Which is why it goes double when I say thank you to these people, because the effort they have to put in is more than just making sure everyone's behaving. It's making sure the community is a nice place to be, and that people who join don't actually regret joining and don't just leave the server. So I want to start out with Meeples. Meeples, we met only this. Actually, I think I've met basically everyone. Not everyone. A lot of people in the community team this year. But we met this year. You have been not only an incredible admin and mod, a great artist, but also a great friend. Of course, I know you personally more than I know you through YouTube. And you put up with my lack of texting people back. It's something I've got to work on, and I will. I don't do New Year's resolutions, because we all know I won't keep them. But I will try and work on texting you back when you text me within 2 weeks instead of 2 months. So thank you for, I think, at least still being my friend after I just ignore texts. And thank you for always being on the community, giving us your great frog memes, because everyone loves a good frog. Unless you have frog fears, I suppose. Frog phobia? What's the phobia of frogs? So I'll put, I don't actually know if I have links to any of your stuff. Generally speaking, if I've got links, I'll put them in the description. But still, go and head on to join the Discord server if you're not there already, and give her a massive thanks. Thanks to Meeples. I want to see everyone just saying thanks to Meeples. thanks to everyone, actually. I want everyone thanked. You don't have to because I'm doing it, but, you could if you feel like it, I suppose. Alright, next is someone whose name I do not know how to pronounce, and I asked them how you pronounce it. They haven't gotten back to me yet, which is fine because I only asked I only asked yesterday, so I don't expect a response yet. So it's just CICIS, and you can tell me how you pronounce it later, and I will not be able to do anything about it. So a huge thanks to CICIS. I don't know how you pronounce it, but huge thanks to you. You do great work keeping our Discord server a great place to be, of course. And also you are a resident ray tracing expert at this point, especially with VR ray tracing, which I've done very little of. So when people come and ask about VR ray tracing, you're always there. So thank you for keeping the server a great place and doing your moderation duties. Big thanks to G, or Cinema Bane. If you're on the server, chances are you've never seen G, because he's not on very often, but he helps with the major issues. When we have proper big problems, he's there because he mods loads of different servers, so he's got all the experience, which I don't have in owning a big server, because I've only been doing it for 5 or 6 months, and it's terrifying. The next two are Ryan and Tom, which is Tom the Bomb and Peasant Boy on the server. They do also have Twitch, and I think Ryan also has YouTube. I will, of course, link them. But I'm going to talk more about them later on when I talk about the game team, because they are pretty new additions to the moderation team. But of course, they have done great jobs keeping the server nice and happy, tidy, and safe. I also want to thank Sepco, because he is an incredible source filmmaker and source 2 filmmaker animator with a great YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. You should be subscribed to them, because, you're subscribed to me, so it's clear you like the kind of content, so you should go and subscribe to them and get double the amount of content. So definitely go and subscribe to him, and I know I've said it with pretty much everyone. I think everyone on this list so far, and I will with everyone else. My community wouldn't be the same without him. So thank you so much for doing what you do and helping out on the community. The next person I really want to thank is someone who puts in so much effort and has put in so much work since they joined the team back in, I think, April. They almost every day are on the server. They reply to people when they need replying to. They're always moderating and making sure everything's good. And they're also a great friend to me. So, of course, DeFillamore, thank you so much. I literally couldn't run the server without you. You've put so much work into making it such a great place that it's actually incredible. It feels like you put as much work into the server as you do your own server. It's I cannot fathom how great I cannot express what I meant to say. I cannot express how grateful I am to have you on the team and how much you've helped ever since I approached you back in April after you'd been in the server a week, and I was like, so this server's getting kind of big and you seem to know what you're doing. You wanna moderate. And since then, you've put in so much effort. I cannot thank you enough. I often joke with David and the game team that you basically run the server more than I do. So thank you so much for everything you do to keep the server such a great place. And meaning that I have to put in less effort. That's always great. So thank you. I don't have words, but thank you so much. And if you don't know, Dee's a Twitch streamer, so please go and check them out. The link will, of course, be in the description. So I started to get back to them. We, of course, have the game team, which you haven't seen much of yet. I think there's only been 1 or 2 videos that we've done gaming-wise, but they're going to start ramping up as we go into 2021. So thank you to Tom, Ryan, and David, of course. They are all incredible friends of mine, incredibly close friends, and have probably stayed in contact with me the most since I left 6th form and lockdown and everything went through. At least recently, I think basically every night I've been on call with at least one of them, usually all 4, just chatting or playing games. So expect more to come with them, and we're seeing what we might do about opening a second channel specifically for gaming with them, because you guys seem to like the complete mess that was our Portal 2 co-op playthrough. They're all Twitch streamers, and some of them have YouTube channels. They'll all be linked down in the description, of course. So thank you so much for playing games with me and putting up with me, pretty much. So next, I want to thank Zinc. But that's, of course, not what I'm here to thank her for. I'm here to thank her for the glorious banner and little icon and the emojis you have in the Discord server, because she did all those, didn't even ask, didn't even charge me. She was like, present, here you go. And I loved them so much. They've immediately, the moment I got them, set them as my banner and then turned them into some emojis, because they are so cool. It's like you took my icon and you gave it personality and you gave it so much, and I love it so much, honestly. So thank you so much for doing that. It makes the channel look way better, and the emojis make the Discord server so much nicer. I also want to thank Kralik, not really of anything channel related, but more putting up with me. If you don't know, Kralik is the lead dev at Raising the Bar Redux, the mod team that I work at. I don't know if work is the right term. I don't get paid. What's the term for volunteer? No, because then it sounds like I'm doing something good for the world, and that's debatable too. But it doesn't matter, because they more put up with me than I put up with them. I love doing what I do for them. And I mainly want to thank Kralik for putting up with my incredibly slow response times when he asks me to animate something for the mod. I promise 2021, that's the other thing I'm going to be working on. Texting people back and getting Kralik's animations faster. So thank you for mainly just not kicking me off the team for being so slow. I don't think I've actually given you an animation in the past 2 months. So thank you for still letting me be on the team. And I do look forward to seeing where the mod goes, because it's been so much fun. I think I've been on the team for almost 2 years now, and it's so much fun. I think last but not least is, of course, you know him as Sergeant Davido. He's a Twitch streamer. He does YouTube stuff, sometimes mainly on my channel. I know him as my best friend, David. He has been on the channel, on the team. It was a completely different team back then, but since 2014, which is a long time. That's 6 years he's put up with me. And I know that I not alone couldn't have gotten you through this much YouTube without him, but this much life without him. And I couldn't ask for a better best friend. So here's to another. How many years have I been doing YouTube? 7. Here's to another 7 years of you putting up with me while I make videos and show them to you excitedly every now and again, like a lonely puppy. Everyone needs a David, you know. If you don't have yourself a David, get yourself a David. He's fundamental to all YouTubings. And I don't know how long this video is going to be, because I've been recording for about an hour. But of course, thank you to all of you. Like I said at the beginning, I wouldn't be here without you. And I know that I don't want to sound like a dick, because here is 7,500 subscribers and there's massive YouTubers. But I started with 500 subscribers this year, and it's been a really slow climb to get there. It took me 6 years to get to 500 subscribers, and then to go from that to 7,500, it's huge to me, and you have made my year. And whilst this year has not been the best for life, it certainly has been the best for my YouTube channel. So thank you so much to all of you. I'll see you in 2021. Good night.